Did you send me anything?
We're going live. Okay, welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you're a part of our WhatsApp family, you can send in your message. But if not, you can join the family. The WhatsApp line to send your messages to is always 0809 444 0981. I started with that because of the soundtrack I played and how I started the show. So I told you to guess where the movie came from. You can guess it and send the answer to us on WhatsApp. And you can also join us on YouTube where we're currently live at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. At Smooth 981 FM Lagos. You're going to see my face, you're going to see the face of the man in the studio, and you will not see the face of the one on the internet because it feels like whenever they join via the Zoom, they don't turn off on their camera. We'll get to that shortly. So I have the messages. I'll get to that. Now, every Friday from 11 till 11:55, yes, we discuss everything that concerns movies, series, animations, documentary. We give you the updates, the reviews, the recommendations, and our analysts also give their take on the movie news and updates in the different movie industries around the world, starting from Nollywood. As usual, to give their take and joining me in the studio. So it looks like the tables have turned, the tides have turned today. And in the studio is 6 feet 5 inches or 4 inches tall of goodness and everything excellent as touching movies. He does not hold back at all. And he will tell you, no, I do not, it's not violence. I just give you as it is. Or should we not criticize? And at the end of the day, he also balances it. So please welcome movie buff critique, the one and the only Irabor Okosun.
Yay! Good morning, Cheryl. Good morning, Oris. Good morning, Lagos. Great to be in the studio. Love the oil. It is pumping heavy.
I'm not sure what that is, but join. Oh, it's actually no longer cold. I thought I was going to
When
be
you
very
wear
cold.
clothes like, say,
Well, joining us this time via Zoom. Is he still there? I got to check now. Yes, he's there. The writer, the editor, everything literary, the movie buff, also critic, the one and the only Oris.
This is the part where I'm running through, where I'm running from the from the entrance into the ring. About to dive in. But yeah, thanks, yo. Good morning, Lagos. How far, Rabo?
I did.
So we are going to have a party, but before we get to that party, I was asking earlier where that soundtrack came from, and Otunbaya Migila on WhatsApp says, "Good morning, Oluwaseun. The soundtrack is from the movie Tears in Heaven, featuring Edith Jane, Azu, Susan Patrick, etc. Even AY comedian was an MC in the movie. Now I don't remember that part." And Wilson says, "Such a politician." He says, I can't now remember that movie then. If someone mentions the name, I'll definitely remember.
Sense. Sense, man. That should be the name of your own movie when you shoot your own. Sense, man.
That's such a politician, a Nigerian politician. All right, so gentlemen, starting with you, Robert, what have you been up to? What have you been watching?
Ooh. Yeah, so there's this series on the Red app, 4 seasons. Coleman Domingo, Tina Fey, Steve Carell. It's a solid watch. Oh. I'm on episode 6, a bit 7. It's about different couples. It's a particular set that I think they are celebrating their 25th anniversary or so. But when you just see that couple, you would even wonder about their pairing. And the reason for part of the plot twist and the storyline is because of that particular couple and some other, elements. But it's something I just stumbled on and I was watching and it seems fine. It seems good. I started watching Straw, but because I don't think I have the energy or capacity to accommodate anything that is just going to, kill my spirit or just make me go, what's going on here? How can somebody just be suffering? I got to the part where that driver tried to nudge her off the road or something, and police came. I just like, okay, this woman's life is going upside down. I just stopped there. I said I don't have the time, so I picked up on 4 seasons again. What else am I watching? Yeah, the NBA Finals is on. Indiana Pacers are up 2-1, and nobody believed that Indiana was even going to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, let alone the NBA finals and be up 2-1 against the best team in the league, from the regular season. So the trickles that we're getting from the NBA right now, that's what I'm watching. I think the next game is tomorrow morning or so. And WNBA, not watching that. So basketball, it's a very USELESS league. So they're the ones even paying them, and they're still complaining. They say they want to go on strike, and they go on strike, they won't come back. Who even wants you to even
Sorry.
So that's what I've been watching. Then yes, cinema. What I see in cinema, I went to cinema.
Yeah, you you're going to spend the entire day in the cinema.
Yeah, I watched. What did I watch? Hey, Chineke.
Hey, how they really humble you?
Yeah, I finally saw The Party. The Party is a solid watch. If you haven't seen The Party on the Red app, go and watch it. I don't know what show he's talking about.
Wait.
We'll
get to it.
Yeah.
What else
did you see in cinema? Hey, Chineke.
Is it a Red Circle?
No, I haven't seen it. I'm going to see that today.
Okay.
Hey, God, what was it?
Don't worry, we'll come back to you. Oris, what have you been watching?
Two things, I believe. Or two things I can remember. Let me not do or rather, let me emulate my friend Irabor and forget stuff too. So two things. I saw The Party. This was a few days ago, yes. And then yesterday, because of a particular tweet that went viral, at least my area of virality, I went to see the 1994 Tom Cruise film called Jerry Maguire, which I haven't seen in like 3 billion years. So I saw that again anyway. So I think those are the two things in my head. One, Nollywood, The Party, the series, and Jerry Maguire, the Tom Cruise film from 1994.
Okay. Well, without further ado, let's get into The Party. Oris, or rather, let's start with Irabor.
Let's start with you. You watched it too.
No, you're the ones who give your take.
But
you are the reviewers.
But you give your take too. Okay, why do you bother watching?
Give your take first, nah.
I think it's a solid 7.5 out of 10.
All right, so tell me, what did it for you?
I like the story. We know that Nollywood producers and directors and everything, they always kind of fall short in certain elements here. But this one, I think it left us at the right point, a very good cliffhanger. I love the casting. I love the acting. Topo Oluwaseun was good. Shafi Bello, yeah. Bimbo Mano for sure. Yeah, it was a solid, I loved it, but you would wonder, how those people, based on the way they captured their wealth, you would think that kind of setting, would be more opulent, but again, budget and some other things. But it's a solid TV series, better than most of the ones we've been getting. I didn't want to watch it until you mentioned it, then I think I took a risk about it again. Well, I've seen it, not bad. So yeah, it's solid. Yeah, it's a good watch.
Solid by Nigerian standards or solid by global standards?
Solid by Nigerian standards. Yeah.
Enough.
Nothing in Hollywood.
Wait, you just said it's not enough.
I said fair enough.
Okay,
by Nigerian
I was about to fire on that one. I thought you meant it's not enough. I want to say, but all the time when we always do.
Calm down.
Anyway,
I think you should have been in the studio for this one.
I really should have. I totally agree. It's not even by my making. I really wanted to show up until 15 minutes ago. Anyway, let's see. The Party. Unfortunately, I do not share the incredible enthusiasm I hear from Irabor as concerning The Party. I am a little bit.
Start with Irabor because I know that I'm almost certain I could bet half of my liver that you wouldn't. But let's go.
So I think I am more inclined to giving it something maximum 6.6. Yeah, maximum 6 in my book.
6 and 7.
More really something between 5 and 6, to be honest. Maybe 5.5 might be the right one, but let's go with 6. I'm a generous guy on Friday mornings. So yeah, what for me was the issue? I think that generally speaking, I think I said this before on the show. I do not believe that Nollywood has figured out a way to tell a mystery story very, very well. So one of the reasons why I suspect Irabor likes this one is that the very last thing that happened, the big twist. I don't know if it's a big twist, but the reveal made sense. Unfortunately, I do not believe that No, no, that I agree with. So I think that's why
Yeah.
you're enthusiastic. Because normally I mean, there's too many. I've seen too many that I'm like, you know what? It doesn't quite work actually. So this time the big reveal made sense. My issue with it
What?
though is the journey to that big reveal.
Of course.
So we have this is a show that lasted I think it's about 40 something minutes over a 3 episode arrangement. To be honest, I thought it could be 50 minutes and then everybody would be fine. Some of the some of the smaller twists that was supposed to lead into the bigger one were not particularly well thought out in my own view. Like, I'm not sure.
Disjointed.
Yeah, I'm not sure this was necessary. There's no way I'm thinking this is the person. It wasn't this person. It was already clear from the beginning. You want people who show up to say, hey, it is you who's responsible, to feel as plausible as the final person, except for one or two things. In this case, I didn't feel that tension. It was clear to me that it wasn't you, madam. It wasn't you. You get? And they made too much noise about some of those things. I'm like, no, I don't agree. Then again, in terms of the writing, I think the writing was, generally speaking, not bad, but there were parts of it that was like, this dialogue is a little bit overwrought. So look at the scene where the police officer, what's his name? I can't remember what's his name. This Yoruba actor.
Yomi
The,
Fashlanso.
yes, yes. No, is it Yomi? I think that's Yomi Fash. Yes, the head of the units that were supposed to be
Yeah, that's
operating,
him.
trying to
The
figure
one
it out. Yes,
limping.
Yomi Fash. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so there's a part where he was saying something about how he told his two subordinates that you do not get certain things done by, I guess, doing grab. I'm just like, but bros, what is this about? So I'm just like, and they spent so much, they kind of gave him too much, what's the word? Attention in saying that. I'm just like, no, now this is misplaced. This is the scene that you just cut. It is not necessary. Then there's a bit of the humor. Kelechi is a very funny guy, and I really like Kelechi's humor, but I felt like there were points of the where it didn't really work. There's the bit about I mean, can we say erection on radio? Anyway, you see that whole thing where they're trying to overplay the sexual aspect of it. You could just tell that this person has seen what's the name, Basic Instinct, has seen Sliver. There was a time in the 90s, the 90s maybe slash early 2000s, where erotic thrillers were a thing in Hollywood. You could tell that this person was trying to like force those things into what he's trying to do. And I'm like, it doesn't work. They don't bring Dr. Lobonio, as somebody who is supposedly, who could be one of the persons who did the central murder. And I'm like, madam, it doesn't work. And I think she was one of the weakest points of this particular project, sadly. Anyway, long and short, yeah, I like the idea of the final twist. It made sense, but all of the steps to get into it were totally unconvincing. It's a show that really should have been a short film.
Thank you. Thank you for that really balanced take. And thank you for not
So my own is imbalanced.
Wait. So this is where I'm going. I'm going for, typically, and I think I'll link you back to what how he said that he's usually generous on a Friday morning, even though I disagree with that. But typically, Oris would have given that a 4 because of how he comes down heavily and hard on Nollywood, especially when they're trying to tell or go into a genre like this, which we know that they don't usually do much. But I agree with many of the things he said. It's a lovely movie. It could have been lovely, going by what we are used to in Nollywood. And like you rightly said, the build up to it, I felt like there were some unnecessary twists and turns that do not link back. For instance,
so you're gonna give us
No, I'm not. I'm just okay. So the part where we had the reveal, even though I already somehow guessed the reveal of the family, the second family of the man, and the way it outed the woman, saying that she was, in the prophecy, the man said the one without the stainless gift or whatever. So now, what was the essence of the reveal? And
the essence of the reveal is for the cliffhanger, for you to look forward to the next.
I know. I'm saying how did it fully tie into I could have guessed right from time that it was the guy with the business one.
Let's be honest. I don't think anybody guessed correctly that it was the guy, like through and through.
I did.
From episode what, 1?
Now I don't know which of the episodes, but hold on. From the part where he got into the apartment and when he went with him with the bottle with the whatever the cask of the wine. I don't know what they call that thing. And he was already looking shiftily. I could guess that this guy.
Did you also think it was the guy who gave him a glass of wine at the bar downstairs?
No. So let me tell you. Let me tell you two of the things. Number one, I could guess because of obviously the way he was looking around, and two, because of the business deal. Because that was the only thing that I used in excusing. Now, it would have been great if they gave a sort of motive for the murder. But again, I guess because of the business deal, this guy probably wants everything to himself, or he doesn't want this guy to come take over and all of that. So because of that, I already guessed. And and I think finally. And one of the reasons why I felt that it was him was because of the perfect alibi. Maybe I've seen too many crime movies that where you create such perfect alibi. I mean, he was the one giving the toast. So it would have been perfect to say, no, it wasn't me. That kind of thing.
Well,
so
Irabor, let me summarize what Sheo is saying to you. Sheo is saying that she's a psychic, because I really don't believe that anybody could have guessed it was that guy, to be honest, unless the person is psychic, like the prophet in the film. So that's what me I believe one. But I'm also thinking too that part of the reason, so for me, it didn't matter enough for me to want to even guess. You understand? So I think so that's what I'm trying to say, that in terms of like what you set up to make sure that the stakes are high, that a viewer is really eager to see it, I did not feel that need to really figure out, okay, I'm just like, one day you're going to tell us who killed this person, Abi.
I understand.
At some point. So I don't believe that there was a huge, the stakes were not high enough for me. Yes, I think that's what I'm trying to get at.
I agree. But where I'm coming from is what you even highlighted. That's the reason, because if they didn't do that reveal the way they did it, I would give it a 4, a 3.5. It's the reveal that is even making me give it a 7, 7.5, because that reveal was so poetic. It just was seamless, and I loved it. And I love the fact that it even stopped it there. Like, oh yeah, wait.
Oh, but funny, I don't agree with that. I don't think that they ended it well enough. One of the issues, I think, I mean, do they know for a certain that the red app is going to get them to come back to do the remaining? I don't know whatever it's meant to be. So I don't believe it. They will.
They will. Do you want to place a bet?
They will. It's not a bet thing. I'm winning people's money. Don't even try it. I'm advising as friend. Like, I will chop your money. Let's take 3M.
Anyway, but yes, I don't believe, I just did not think that it ended well enough, frankly, for me. I think that it's a cop out. If we never get a sequel, like a second season for this, or if whatever it is that to follow this, I will feel like they have
ended well. It actually ended.
I don't agree at all. I will feel like they've cheated me, frankly.
Yes, they have cheated us. I understand. Okay, yes, let me just summarize it then. Because of everything we've been watching from the Red app, from Nollywood, even some Hollywood, I mean, Tyler Perry and some other things, save for Strusha so far. But my point is, like, because of things we've been seeing, we're just so heartbroken and disappointed. So when you just see somebody who brings a C5 to the house,
I get you.
God, oh, this we can try, that's where I'm coming from with it. Okay. But you know me now, I'm a heavy dialogue person. If your dialogues are not hitting, I'm not a fan of it. That's what I look forward to, in those type of things, drama, thriller, but they don't really have it. The leading to that review, yes, I understand. But if we're just going to look at it overall, we won't fail it. That's what I'm thinking.
I know I'm not failing it for a Nollywood standard, but I really think that I don't think it's as good as you say, but that's my personal belief on this.
I thank you, gentlemen. Thank you very much. And I'd say if they are going to bring it back, a sequel, they're going to have some more detective scene. I would say that they should also let the intelligence of the famed detectives shine through.
Thank you very much, Joe. Yes, because I did not feel like they are particularly smart.
No, they didn't develop that. No, they didn't develop that character at all.
They didn't, but true, that's the problem. They didn't even develop anybody. To be honest, but even look at the lady, what's her name? Eve Ibiam, the female detective. They're trying to force us into believing that she had like a similar problem in her past. I did not feel that thing at all.
It was not necessary.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's so many things of it of the party. I felt like, but bros, I don't know why you are doing this.
Let it go.
Of course.
Oh, let it go. We're just going to let it go.
I believe they've even shot it already. Like, they just cut it.
Sequel?
Yeah, I believe they shot it already. It's even part of the whole thing. They just cut it short. Or they can even go and start trimming some things or reacting some things just to fix it, whatever. But I wish them luck.
Thank Thank you for giving us that refreshing one, the party. We appreciate you, and we're certain and we're hopeful that the next one, the sequel, will be even better. All right, so if you've watched the party and you agree with what the party in the studio are saying, you can let us know on WhatsApp. And if you disagree, please be our guest on WhatsApp 0809 444 0981. Again, 0809 444 0981. Because in the studio, Angel. Hola, glad to be able to join you all today. Sean taking us back to the days when the soundtracks in Nollywood were melodramatic and jarring. I watched something on YouTube and was blown away because of how very relatable the movie was. Joba by Biodun Stevens. She's good at her craft and I have nothing but respect for her. I'll plan for the party as mentioned by Irabor. Yes, please. You should. Okay, so let us know what you have been watching on WhatsApp. Like I mentioned earlier, WhatsApp line is 0809 444 0981. So quickly, we're going to tell you what Nigerians have been watching on the popular streaming platforms. And we're going to start with the one right here in Nigeria. So top five, because Oris is in the building, virtually. I'm going to cut it to five. One is Speak No Evil. This is coming from the Orange app. Speak No Evil. Two is High Rollers. Three is Gladiator. Four is Ghana. And five is Watchers. That reminds me. Oris, did you get to watch that HBO? I can't remember now. The one with the tech guys. I started watching it, but I didn't. Is it
Oh
Mountain
no,
now?
I know. I haven't. Mountain Head. No, I haven't
Yes,
seen it.
Mountain Head. I started seeing it, but somehow something happened. I guess I'll finish it one day. So
The title.
yeah, Mountain Head. So now we move to the Blue app, and this one combines the series as well as the movies. For some reasons, I can't seem to pull it up. I will go to the Red app. All right, so we'll go to the Red app and top 10 TV show. Here is the top five. Number one is The Party. Number two is Mercy for None. Mercy for None. Number three is Ginny and Georgia. Number four is Baby Fam. Well, number five is Criminal Code. Baby Fam came back up.
Have you seen Baby Farm?
No, I've not.
Oh, have you seen Baby Farm?
I think I saw the first 2 or so
I haven't.
episodes.
Should I? What's it?
You should see it, of course, because of your job. But otherwise, I don't believe that the first episode, even from the first episode, you can tell that something is just off about it, especially the pacing. Yes, I think it was really a pacing problem. You know, this thing where you are trying to make this thing look deeper than it is. I say it all the time anyway, that Nollywood doesn't really have a sense of making slow projects that are also deep. They feel like it's deep, but I'm like, no, it's not deep. It's just boring. So that's one of the issues they have. And it's very clear in this particular project that, you know what, they are straining for some kind of profundity that is just not there.
Okay.
All right, so let's go back to the Red app then. Number five is Criminal Code. While number one, I was going to ask you people, and I feel like I can guess the answer already, but I'll ask regardless. Straw.
Yeah, Straw.
Has anyone of you seen it?
I mean, like up to till the end. I've seen.
I haven't seen it, but of course, I'm very aware of this discourse.
One day.
One day.
I don't want something that would be making me sad, frustrate me.
Me, I'm not a fan of Tyler Perry, to be honest. I don't like his stuff at all. But because of how massive it becomes, it's almost inevitable. It's unavoidable. Okay, I'll see it just because I need to be able to discuss it. But ordinarily, I'm against Tyler Perry as a person. I'm not for Tyler Perry at all. But I mean, it's been effective in, I guess, giving people money in the industry. So that's good for him. But I don't like his movies. They are too simple.
R.O.I. Perry.
Exactly. Too simplistic for me.
You have to give it to the man. The man he's really done a lot.
Oh, yes.
Financially, yes. I just don't agree with his artistic sensibility at all.
So you would liken this to Funke Akindele?
So that's an interesting connection. So in a way, yes, it's probably similar. But I feel like Funke has a certain innocence to what she's doing that I feel like where Tyler has something that's more calculated. You understand? So I think that's like it's an interesting difference. You said
Funke isn't calculated in her endeavors?
I think, for instance, I feel like the very first Jennifer, was an innocent mistake, so to speak. The subsequent ones, I think, I think she still believes that she's doing something that's great. I think Tyler knows now that he's doing crap, but he doesn't want it. That can really change. Yes, I think Funke feels like she's doing really good stuff. Yes, I suspect it. Let's not forget again, Tyler belongs to an industry that is, generally speaking, excellent. Funke doesn't. So that's the difference. Yes.
Love that distinction, man.
Again, this is the part where I pointed out that the views, the comments, stated on this show are
You are always throwing us under the bus, Sean.
singularly the opinions of Irabor, Oluwaseun, and Oris, who I cannot pronounce his surname, and I'm just going to leave it as a first name. Okay. So you can always find them on socials.
We're no longer
find me at the Smooth Studios too, please.
Find me at Smooth Studios.
You can find them on street corners.
Smooth Studios Tuesdays 8:15 a.m. and Fridays 11 a.m.
All right, so let's have a top 10. So this is top 5. 1 is Straw by Tyler Perry. 2 is KO. 3 is Jat. 4 is No Good Deed. Interesting. Who went to bring it all the way back from? Who went to bring it back from 2014? Ooh. Number 5 is A Lagos Love Story. All right, so let's go to the...
Wow.
Number 1 on the Blue app is The Accountant 2. Number 2 is The Accountant 1. Number 3 is The Fire and the Moth. Number 4 is Working Man. While number 5, Meg to the Trench. It got recently added to the platform, hence the viewership. All right, so let's take some messages. Angel says, disclaimer, why is Oluwaseun? Yes, so Angel, very important. Saint Faja says, hi, my people. What I've been watching, number 1, Straw. Number 2, Swallow. Number 3, Clown in the Cornfield. Number 4, Mob's Corp. And I love you guys. Love you right back, Saint Faja.
How did they do that? I've never done it.
You should go on YouTube to see what Irabor is trying to do. That's not how it works. It's not like that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I learned now. Let me put that Sansa stack, whatever. I may be slow to learn, but I learn.
Bobby all the way from Canada says, I watched the Wasp Naomi Harris. I also watched Novocaine and also Sleep's animation. Ooh, cool. We've had a good time. While Michael says, the movie title, that's the soundtrack I played when I started the show, is Final Whistle by Century. Yes, you got that right. All right. Let's go. Let's get started with what's happening in Nollywood. I don't know if you saw the story about the streaming giants and what's going to happen in Francophone countries. Where is that now? So French pay TV provider Canal Plus has signed a groundbreaking agreement with Netflix in order to make the streaming platform's content available in 24 Francophone countries across sub-Saharan Africa.
Did they need Canal to do that?
Yes. Irabor is asking the exact question I asked when I saw this news. I was like, okay, that's interesting.
I mean, again, because all right. So what I the thing is confusing my head. All right. So what I understand with distribution is like Red Pill now can say, okay, this film is just distributed to so region because they choose to. It's not like and you can't watch some content on YouTube because they restrict it or whatever. So I don't know that you need another streaming service or another. Well, again, I would like to research more.
Let me try and see if I can provide some some perspective. I recall that a few years ago I was in Burkina Faso, and I remember thinking to myself that it's so weird watching YouTube in Burkina Faso is kind of very funny. There are no ads, so I was like, okay, this is rather weird. How come there are no ads? So I realized that it looks like the economy is not enough, that businesses are putting adverts on YouTube. So in my head, I'm thinking it might be the same thing with Netflix, in the sense that the amount of money that it would take for them to like extend their services to certain countries might be too much for them. You understand? Why am I building capacity to show your stuff in Burkina Faso in certain countries when there's somebody who's already there and has like, what's it called, local knowledge or something. So why not, yes, put it there? So let them build some kind of licensing with those guys in those countries. After all, they don't really have what's it called, Netflix in quotes over there. I'm sure that maybe for some of these countries, you need a VPN to access Netflix. The way we can't access HBO and what's it called, Apple here, for instance. So I'm sure that maybe that's what's happening here. So rather than just put all these guys, let's partner with a local streaming platform and then provide our content with them. That's what I think is happening.
Should Netflix and Prime have done this with Iroko?
With Iroko? Oh, but Canal Plus now owns the Iroko, don't they?
No, I know. I'm saying when Netflix was coming into the market in Nigeria.
Oh, yeah. So yeah. I think Netflix and the rest of them coming into Nigeria.
Showmax or something.
You said?
I said they could have even done something with Iroko or Showmax.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is that at the point it depends on what stage the business was. At that point, the idea was to drive subscription numbers. You guess, and I'm sure there was a lot of optimism, believing that if they put in some kind of money here, they'll get a certain amount of what's it called, users. Unfortunately, that hasn't quite played out in the case of Nigeria. So maybe you're right. If they had partnered, it might have been better, but it's too late for that now.
And use money too, because I really would have loved to see tapes from their meetings where they believed that the same country that the Western world is bleeding dry is the same country that would be able to, still cater for your numbers. It doesn't make any sense. I didn't see any sense in it at all. Like, I'm not trying to be.
Even then, you didn't see any sense in it.
I didn't see any sense in it because I'll give you my reasons. So from 2009, I started seeing, well, even from 2005, but from 2009, let me even use that sample size from 2009 to 2015. Nigeria was degenerating gradually, and there was no sign of it, coming back up. And with Nigeria, we don't improve; we keep worsening. And
whoa, easy, man.
We have been worsening. It's not sentiment; it's fact, statistical fact. We have been worsening. Do you get? So, I used to buy Coca-Cola 5 naira.
Easy.
Do you get? Till now, how much is it? 500. 2 zeros have been added, and the same earning power is still the same earning power. Even the NYSC, they just approved. So if you really look at it economically, statistically, I feel that these people, I don't know what they did with their certificates. So those who claim to be whatever, it was a bad call from the get-go. I mean, I'm happy that what's his name, Njoku said it was supposed to be a content thing, not a streaming thing. Because look at it, how many people can even afford? I said this since I'm not even trying to be doing what they call Houdini or whatever. Since this cinema thing I'm talking about, if care is not taken.
Wait. Irabor, so what you're telling me now is that we should not aspire to the things that other people aspire to because we are poor.
No,
please, I'm very happy.
No.
Irabor, look, I am very happy that Netflix and the rest of them were optimistic enough about our chances that they decided to come and try by themselves to see. I'm fine, because think about it. Netflix currently has about 323 million subscribers across countries.
So they said.
The money they put in Nigeria is a rounding error. I can assure you. Actually, they said $25 million. It is a rounding error, so it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. So they can experiment that money and see how far.
I agree. I understand. Yes. Don't get me wrong. I understand. But I'm saying that these people will keep coming to experiment. There are certain industries, if not all industries, that will not thrive, like at all. Just because of those things that I listed about electricity, about connectivity, and all those things. Because the people that you are supposed to get to subscribe or to do whatever, if you look at the numbers already, how many people are on the internet that can even afford the thing that you are putting out there? That's my point. We can do all the every, and it's not going to work because of the numbers at all.
We'll take a breather. When we come back, we'll be talking about Tyler Perry facing or getting into some legal brouhaha. You're listening to Film Focus on Smooth 90.1. Round and round.
I don't agree. Irabor, I don't agree. I think that it's fine. It's good that they came to see what is possible, to be
I'm not
honest.
saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's bad that they came. I'm not saying that it's bad that they came. Me, I'm saying that in as much as they came, it no go work. My own is the not working part. It's not going to work. That's all I'm saying. Another company can come. Which other one is there? HBO, Hulu. They can come today. It's still not going to work.
No, but somebody has to try and then say, you know what, it did not work. Before the other time to say, you know what, we don't hear now. It don't go work. We are not going to show up. I think it has to happen.
Who is doing app in Hollywood? And that we talked about it last week.
AGN, the AGN.
AGN that don't even know how many people are assigned to AGN.
And through that, they're going to find out. Calm down. Don't give up on this.
No, they use sentiment, they solve problems.
Don't give up on us.
It's not use sentiment to be solving.
No, we should give up. We should give up. But people that have the money to attempt anything should attempt it. And that's my own joy about the Netflix situation.
Good, let them attempt. But me, I'm saying you don't go work.
You know it will not work if they don't try. In different ways.
And you want to try when there's no lights.
So until there is light, we should not try things.
Electricity is central to growth.
Let's come back.
How do we want to do speed train if we don't have electricity?
There is solar.
What? Wow. Hey.
Love. Hi.
They've off my mic.
You're listening to Firm Focus on Smooth 98.1. That the taste of this pudding is in the eating, which means you need to go to YouTube. That's where you will understand and have context to why I'm struggling to catch my breath and still speak at the same time. YouTube is at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. At Smooth 981 FM Lagos. It feels like we're having the lamentations of Irabor.
The name of the show should be called The Focus, just in case we dabble into other things.
The Focus. And sometimes
TF,
this
because
focus,
that's what it means when you think about Nigeria. TF.
So it's the focus, the Nigerian focus, or what now?
No, TF.
All right, let's cross over to Hollywood. So Tyler Perry is somebody's trying to drag him by his shirt, and it's over the people. I finally got it right this time. So there are some legal troubles. What's that? Oris, are you laughing at me?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Thank you. So the complaint was lodged that it infringes on the trademark and draws heavily from a concept that belongs to a Mississippi-based nonprofit. And according to a report by the Clarion Ledger, Jaime Allison, that's the founder of the political advocacy group She the People, filed the suit naming Perry's production house and all that as defendants, and they said that the series borrows content and themes from an unfinished documentary that Allison had in development as far back as 2020. Oris?
Anything bad happens to that, I'm very happy to highlight actually.
What?
That is the extent of my bad belly.
You are a hater.
When it comes to what's it called now?
Somebody is after the downfall of a man.
What did you ever do
I'm
to
highlighting
that man?
the issues of a nation.
Sorry, what did that man ever do to you?
Okay.
Oh my goodness. He's just look, to whom much is given, much is expected. I don't feel like he's giving us he's not doing enough.
Maybe you're the one expecting too much.
So that's my one wahala with Tyler.
Maybe you're expecting too much.
No, but how can this man is a billionaire now? By now, believe me, he can do many things. That guy can do many things now. Not at the beginning of his career, but at the point we are now, he should not be making strong, giving people terrible wigs. I don't believe that that's something that is right. And why is Sean holding her head? In any case, let the law take its course, I guess. I've not seen the details of this story, so I can't really say who is right and who isn't right and who isn't quite right. I just know that yes, that when I see bad news about Tyler Perry, I'm like, hey, let me even see, let me laugh small. So that's my general what's it called now? View when it comes to Tyler. No vex, yo.
So
Do you sleep well at night? Sorry.
It's never seen everybody.
I want to say something, but they say I should not say it. Irabor.
Okay. So I feel people get inspired, by and from different things. a lot of people try to just pick from here and there. I feel maybe this may just be one of the situations or just a coincidence. And if it's something that they really, really knew and that's where they picked it from, I feel they should have contacted them and worked with them one way or the other. But if this is just a money grab by the non-profit, again, shame on them. But at the end of the day, I don't wish anybody bad. I just feel that if you're putting out rubbish work, I feel yes, it should be called out and you should try and do it 180 and fix it. But I don't think Tyler needs to be in any hot soup from anything like this because he's too valuable, to the entire landscape, in my opinion. Although he still releases nonsense, but yeah, he has done well so far.
On WhatsApp, Oluwaseun says, "Good morning, Boss Irabor, Boss Oris, and Boss Oluwaseun." This boss you're sharing, Oluwaseun, what's up? It says, "To think I have a work in progress that is about 50% completed with the title The Party, a near similar storyline, which, by the way, had been abandoned for 6 months or more because I was uninspired and was suffering writer's block because the thing no grippy. I was shocked when I saw the trailer on LinkedIn. What are the odds, guys?"
So, cue this in with the Tyler Perry situation too. A lot of people can have the same ideas. That one is not even far-fetched. So
yeah, people need to realize that ideas are not exclusive.
Pop the balloon, that's an original though. But again, who knows? If you do some research, you can find it somewhere. So who knows where she got it from? Maybe she attended the wedding and something. See, well, just don't be slow to execute your idea.
That is a key point. The constructionist says, "Hello, Oluwaseun. I believe you're doing great. I think Tyler Perry's Straw isn't just a gloomy film. It's a deep reflection of silent suffering in society. It highlights the emotional and mental exhaustion so many face, especially women who are expected to hold it all together without breaking. The darkness isn't just drama, it's intentional. It's a quiet cry for help and a mirror showing how the world often overlooks those silently falling apart."
Yeah, the flip side to this is don't have kids out of wedlock.
All right, so moving on.
Well, wait. Sorry. I want to say something about this fascination people have with Tyler Perry. I tweeted this
Here
actually.
comes the Tyler Perry hater. Beware, guys.
Yeah. So this is more Tyler Perry hits actually about to be unleashed. Look,
in 30
I think
seconds
that
or less.
the reason why Nollywood is the way it is because of people like Tyler Perry. People look at his success and they imagine that this is what they would like to create. Unfortunately, Tyler takes too much space in our heads. I wish somebody better was doing that in the end.
All right, I agree.
New Wonder Woman movie is being written right now. James Gunn confirms. Anyone looking forward to that?
Nope.
Aris? Okay,
Nope.
Moving on. Angel says the true mark of success is the ability to make positive impact on others. Tyler on my mind. This is not to say I like him, it's just to present a perspective. Thank you, Angel. It reminds me of the chats. It's a roundtable conversation between or among Taraji. I've forgotten who the other two cast in Straw. I've forgotten their names now. I can't seem to remember it. And they were talking about how working with Tyler Perry is. And Taraji said something about how it feels safe for them and how he allows them to express themselves and yet still the atmosphere created for them and so on. But I think one of the reasons why people do love, which you can't give another take on it, is how empowering economically he gets to be with his production and how the stories of people are being told, although in Yoruba, let's not lie, let's not steal. I feel like maybe we need a break from the suffering Black woman stories.
But it's an epidemic. It is an epidemic.
But throwing a little bit of life, of uplifting, a little bit. I don't always want to cry.
My issue is not with the storyline or the story. My issue is with the execution.
Exactly. Thank you.
Like Beauty in Black, for example. What the hell is that? What the the TF is that?
My issue is the story. I just need a little break. You give me a little break from the Soviets.
We have an issue with women
we know
today.
that.
and we need stories to really highlight it. But my guy is not highlight. He's using the wrong shade of light to put the light, as in the matter is, no, his execution is off.
Senfaji says, I love Tyler Shikena. All right, moving on and still in Hollywood. Dakota Johnson, you remember her from 50 Shades of Grey? Says Dakota.
Oh.
Says Hollywood is a mess because studios want to remake the same thing, especially when something does well. Studios want to keep that going, so they remake the same things, but humans don't want it. For instance, have you guys seen the new trailer of Superman?
Yeah.
I'm not going to be watching it.
I'll watch it because of Richard Brosnan. I'm a fan.
I think I'm tired of Superman.
If you haven't seen The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, I advise you do so.
Oh, I started watching it because of what you said.
And what do you think?
Good.
No, confess. No, Sorosoke, into the mic, please.
Maurice, do you have something to say? What?
God.
Do you agree with Dakota Johnson's take?
Yes, of course.
Are you Maurice?
I didn't actually hear what you said. What did she say?
Ew. Okay, I'm going to read it out again. Dakota Johnson, you know her, right? Says that when...
not Dakota Egbosun. Dakota Johnson.
Please continue. Dako now. Dako.
DJ.
She says that when something does well, the studios want to keep that going, so they remake the same things, but the humans who are watching don't really want that. And so it's a bit of a mess because Hollywood is a bit of a mess because they keep remaking the same things. So
when I hear things like this, I'm just like, people just Dakota understand how lucky she is that they're even willing to try something else in Hollywood for the next 5 years. That is what you get if this thing works. Simple. The next 5 years, that's what you get. But luckily for them over there, at least one person is going to say, you know what, can we try something else? Look at the way John Wick has succeeded in Hollywood. If that was Nollywood, for the next 10 years, all we're ever going to get are like action movies of that kind of sort. So I just feel like, yes, Dakota is, I get what she's saying, she's correct. But yeah, she should also be happy that she's in Hollywood. The end.
They should give us some of the funding the way WNBA players are craving for funding from the NBA. So they should give us that money. Spider-Man, we don't tire. Like Spider-Man, this, Spider-Man, that.
But the new Superman, I doubt it's going to do well. But I mean, let's see. I really doubt it's going to do well. I wasn't particularly impressed with the trailer, to be honest. Although I do like the central guy. I like him. I think he looks like a nice guy. The new guy.
Okay, on a final note, Disney and Universal are suing an AI film. Did I say film firm? Midjourney over images. So they are claiming that there's a bottomless pit of plagiarism because they are making innumerable copies of characters, including Darth Vader from Star Wars, Frozen's Elsa, and Minions from Despicable Me. And so, yeah, they don't like that. They don't want that. You
said bottomless pit over?
Of plagiarism. That's how they qualified it.
Okay, well, Disney, I mean, they have a bottomless pit of so many things that they use to influence, children, in a negative way. So
who is that the same with the AI now?
I'll be complaining about things. They too are also
talking about AI and copyrights and intellectual property.
Yeah, intellectual property is really doing a number on children too.
In the complaints, Disney and Universal said Midjourney, that's the firm, made $300 million last year alone from these things. So what are you saying again?
Yeah, they made money off it. They too also made money off
people's lives.
Okay. Yeah, but I don't think you are being fair, Sha.
I am not being fair with the way you said we're not fair with Thailand now.
How are you calling Disney and Thailand in the same sentence? What is happening here? In any case, my own angle here is this. My angle here is this: is that Disney have a right to be angry with this AI firm. If I let them sue them for all the money that they have, I think AI is, of course, inevitable. But I feel like they are reaping creatives a little bit too much, and I hope that the policies from all countries, across the world, especially in the US, I hope they cramp them before it's too late. It's ridiculous to be using that Vader. That's like somebody's IP now. Actually, the company's IP. You now want to make money out of it. It's ridiculous. So imagine somebody did this to Jennifer. You think Funke will not go to one Baba?
She will go to court. She will go. Final answer. One hit wonder, bam, bam, straight.
You see, I mean, you saw the party now. You saw how the mother went to go meet prophet.
Straight.
The same thing too.
Prophet. Prophet da.
Exactly. I mean, I say, look, see what they want to do to my IPO. Jennifer, that I sweated to make whatever you want to now. Please do, Baba. Take
Daenerys
control.
Stormborn of the House Targaryen.
Wow.
Dragon fire.
So yes, since Disney cannot meet a Baba, let them go to court.
Go to.
We didn't get a chance to talk about this last week, or I don't know if it was 2 weeks ago, where they were going to have an AI film festival.
Yeah.
And I think what we're going to see in the I'm not even going to say in the next 10 years. In the next 2 years, things will be out of control.
Nothing is going to beat human connection, just as nothing can beat water.
We're not talking about the human connection. We're talking about these issues that we're talking about. The little help you get from AI and how it's what's the word now?
You do AI
things.
Yes.
How it infringes on work.
Yes. I have a few friends who lost their job because of AI. You understand? Yeah. So I understand what you're saying. Me, I'm saying human connection last. There's some things that you just can't replace.
And you think that AI is not going to get so good that it feels real?
People get tired at the end of what? Day. When you use something so much, you think it has relieved you get tired. So there are going to be cycles, of course. Yeah, but eventually it's not going to be forever. But I like to be corrected again. So.
Oris, what do you think is the darkest possibility with AI and its advancements?
Say that again into the mic.
What do you think is the darkest possibility with AI and its advancements?
Darkest scare.
Yes, since you like to go that way.
I mean, we're just talking about Darth Vader now, so.
Yeah, I mean, what do I think is the dark? I think it's the darkest one is the possibility of it replacing humans who are working in the industry for the past, I don't know how many decades or centuries. I think that's the biggest one. But I don't think it would work like that eventually. It's going to come down to people who are brilliant at their craft using AI to make their work even better. I think for me, that's the way I see it. What I don't like is the IP issue. If you are going to make money, look at these people, for instance, Google. If you're going to make money from summarizing somebody else's work or like creating images from that work, you should pay the people who created it originally. Unfortunately, what they're trying to do is to avoid paying people. So for me, that's the real issue. So that's the angle I'm coming at it from. In terms of darkness, it's just okay. I used to have a job before. Now I don't longer have a job because somebody has started doing, I don't know what I used to do using AI, which is not going to be a good thing, especially for Nigeria, because let's not forget, just in the same way, a lot of our write-ups are from countries that are not African countries. And so when you are giving somebody money to go from VI to Kokomaiko, part of that money is going to the US. That's exactly what's going to happen too with AI. So I'm like, people who are supporting AI so heavily, so uncritically in Nigeria, I think they are not thinking heavily about the potential economic, what's the word now, consequences of what is going to happen over the next few years. And that for me is the real issue, which is why I think the government should be thinking about it like, okay, wait, so if you guys will be taking money from our people, shouldn't we find a way to keep our people compensated? But as usual, until it's too late before the government to do something about it. I hope I'm wrong.
Well, maybe Oris is not as dark as I thought then, because that was not what I was expecting when I say darkest, but it's okay. Thank you for your time here. Thank you, Irabor, for being in the studio today. Thank you, Oris, for deciding to switch and still be here regardless. And where can they catch you again on the streets?
Irabor Kosun 100.
Yeah.
Everywhere on the street. Even in there.
Irabor, are you back on Instagram?
I don't carry another phone, as they say I should do.
So what's your new handle?
Irabor Kosun 100. I've not posted anything yet. I'm still using style to be looking at it first.
What did Baba say about it?
No. My Father in heaven, God, said.
And what did he say?
Get a new phone, my son.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to start up new phone. So thank the Lord.
That is from the Lord.
Gifts come from different ways.
Wow.
Yes.
What? Okay, you know what? We're out of time.
The disciple betrayed Jesus.
Anyway, it's Catch Oris on Twitter. I still have that account. So praise Master Jesus that there is still a Catch Oris account on what's it called? On Twitter.
On
And yes,
Twitter.
on Instagram, I have something called Film Efiko Africa, which we are not. We're also watching and seeing what's going to happen next. So we are not presenting yet.
So Oris doesn't
thank
have
you.
a personal handle. Catch Oris what now?
No,
It's Catch
there's no
Oris.
personal handle. There's no personal angle. There's no personal handle
Oris.
on Instagram. I am frustrated too much to do anything about that.
Catch
So
Oris
no.
over there.
Catch him on the streets in one corner. Give him 2x2.
Please don't catch me on the streets. Catch me online on Twitter. Catch Oris.
Finally, with this message from the constructionist, he says, Oluwaseun, I understand the type of story you want to watch, but I don't really think positive stories really sell like negative storylines. Irabor is in Nigeria, getting worse, and Nigerians aren't doing enough in solving national problems. Many people just want to survive, I guess. Thank you. As always, we'll return next week, Friday, from 11 till 11:55, right here on Film Focus on Smooth 98.1. My name is Oluwaseun. What's coming up next? It's the Casbah on a Friday. Golden Oldies and the Throwbacks.
Woo.
Thank you. Oris, what happened?
I couldn't get a ride from my place to yours. That's really this entire story. And then it became too late.